Veronica Caldwell wasn't just respected, she was feared in all the right rooms. The newly appointed director of the FBI, the kind of woman whose presence could silence an entire command floor. But tonight, she wasn't a powerhouse. She was just a tired woman driving home after a classified briefing that had stretched well past midnight. The highway was empty, quiet, almost peaceful. The streetlights washed her black sedan in golden flashes as she cruised at a perfect 65 miles per hour. Her thoughts drifted back to her meeting. New intel, new threats, new responsibilities. Heavy thoughts, but ones she was built for. Then she saw it. A sudden explosion of red and blue behind her. Her brows pulled together. She checked her speedometer. Steady. Checked her mirrors. Clear. There was no reason for a traffic stop. Still, she signaled and eased onto the shoulder, her movements smooth and controlled. She'd worked with cops her whole career. She knew the drill. She expected professionalism. What she got was something else entirely. The patrol car sat still, too still. The officer inside made no attempt to exit. A prickle crawled down Veronica's spine, a feeling she didn't experience often. Finally, the door swung open. The man who stepped out moved wrong, aggressive, sharp, like a predator approaching prey. He kept one hand near his firearm, the other swinging a flashlight too harshly, too deliberately. Veronica lowered her window, hands visible. "Evening, officer," she said calmly. No greeting, no explanation, just license, registration. His flashlight lingered on her face far longer than necessary, like he enjoyed the power imbalance. Veronica kept her voice even. "May I ask why I am being pulled over?" Again, the same response. License, registration. Her instincts stirred. Not fear, but awareness. "I'm reaching for my purse on the passenger seat," she warned, slow and controlled. She retrieved her wallet, offering both her driver's license and her FBI credentials. The officer didn't take them. He didn't even flinch. "FBI, huh?" "Yes, sir," she replied. A beat of silence. Then, "Step out of the vehicle." No raised voice, no emotion, just cold, unnecessary force. Veronica blinked. "Excuse me?" "Step out," he repeated, his hand hovering near his gun. He didn't see an equal. He saw a target. But Veronica Caldwell didn't yield to intimidation, not after everything she had lived through. "On what grounds?" she demanded. For the first time he faltered, just a tiny flicker, but she saw it. He recovered with hostility. "I said step out." When he grabbed her door handle, something inside her snapped to full alert. She held the door closed with unmistakable authority. "Sir, step back. You are outside of protocol." But the man didn't care about protocol. He slammed his hand on her roof, making the metal tremble. He wanted escalation. Before she could decide her next move, a second patrol car rolled up. Backup. Except the second officer didn't approach with caution or curiosity. He aligned himself perfectly beside Officer Kearns, a silent declaration of sides. "Ma'am, step out of the vehicle." Not Director Caldwell, not "ma'am" with respect, just a dismissive command. Outnumbered, boxed in, she complied. The night air hit her skin like ice. Two figures loomed, cutting off any angle of escape. None of this was about law enforcement. This was about domination. "Turn around," Kearns ordered. "You haven't told me why I am being detained." Suspicious behavior, refusal to comply, all vague nonsense meant to justify what he wanted to do. Then he grabbed her wrist, hard, too hard. She jerked back instinctively. "Get your hands off me." "There!" the second officer barked. "She's resisting!" And that was all they needed. The gun came out. Fast, clean, pointed right between her eyes. For a moment, everything went quiet, even her heartbeat. Kearns whispered, "Do you feel powerful now?" His breath smelled of gum and arrogance. He didn't see a professional. He didn't see a human being. He saw someone he thought he could break. Veronica lifted her hands, palms open, trained, controlled, calculating. She had survived far worse situations, but never with a gun this close. Never at home. Never from someone sworn to protect. Her voice steadied. "You're making a mistake." And then, a shout tore through the night. "Hey, I'm recording this!" All three froze. A bystander stood near the shoulder, phone raised, flashlight beaming. Kearns didn't lower the gun, but panic flickered in his eyes. "You sure you want to do this, officer?" the man called out. More sirens in the distance. Different sirens. Real backup. Kearns' facade cracked. His grip loosened. He wasn't in control anymore, and he knew it. The second officer turned toward the witness. His hand twitched toward his taser. Veronica stepped forward sharply. "Touch him, and I will personally have you charged with obstruction of justice." That stopped him cold. Moments later, multiple squad cars surrounded them. Officers jumped out, tense and ready. Then one recognized her. "Director Caldwell?" Kearns didn't even blink. He was too far gone. But his partner's face drained white. Veronica lowered her hands. "Lieutenant, I want these officers detained, now." The lieutenant hesitated only a second, then nodded. Kearns sputtered. "You've got to be kidding me. You pointed a gun at the director of the FBI. Let me know if you'd like resisting arrest added to the list." For the first time, fear replaced arrogance on his face. His cuffs clicked shut. His partner didn't fight. He didn't even lift his head. As they were escorted toward the squad cars, the witness approached her slowly. "You good?" he asked. Veronica inhaled deeply. "Thanks to you." He nodded. "They do this all the time, just not to someone like you." Those words stung, because he was right. By morning, the video went viral. By noon, the Justice Department launched a full investigation. Kearns was charged with assault with a deadly weapon. His partner was suspended. The department issued a public statement, one of those careful, half-apology, half-excuse types. But the world had already seen the truth. Veronica sat in her office watching the news cycle unfold. She wasn't satisfied. Not yet. Her phone buzzed, an unknown number. Normally, she'd ignore it. Tonight, she answered. "Director Caldwell?" a familiar voice asked. It was the witness. "Just wanted to say, thanks for not letting this get buried." Veronica leaned back in her chair. Justice doesn't happen in silence. It happens when people refuse to look away. He exhaled. "Then the world better start paying attention."